The only people that I think should be buying records are like if you're an audiophile or if you're like a DJ and there's like certain songs that never made it onto streaming platforms, right? Like forgotten songs. So if like you're a record digger, that's what they're called.
Oh, you want to find yeah. What about vinyl shops and stuff like that?
That's fine, but it's stupid when you go in there and they're just selling like Arctic Monkeys and like all the top 40 albums when you're like, this, what's the point of this?
Yeah,
right?
no, but there's still vintage shit that people like to listen to.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody says is like, also record stores are like very overpriced now, a lot of them.
They have to be. I mean, they have so few customers.
Right, but like I think like Questlove was saying he used to go to the record store with his dad and it was like, you know, $5 for $1 or something like that, or like 99-cent records. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, that was still
that was
around.
that was when you could collect and stuff like this.
That was still around when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go to this place called Vintage Vinyl in New Jersey, and it was a warehouse filled with records.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. That's if you want to fucking explore and find weird shit that you might not
Those
find,
are great.
and add an element of randomness to it.
Yeah, they also had a whole comedy section, and it's like literally I have this Lenny Bruce record.
Yeah.
That's like from like the 1960s. And it's the weirdest fucking album.
Lenny Bruce?
Yeah, Lenny Bruce. Oh, he should do that.
I don't know either of their fucking jokes. You can't mess that up.
Lenny Bruce is very bad. Yeah.
Really?
He's just not fun to listen to, you know.
But then you watch like Louis, and that's his like,
yeah.
You know, the one where he's trying to buy a house, and they're like, Lenny Bruce lived here, and that's like his idol.
Yeah, well, you know, people have their own people who they worship growing up, you know.
Sure, I think what it is comedy.
So anyway,
comedy
Lenny
only
Bruce,
lasts so long.
Yeah, but so that's true. So when Lenny Bruce was still relevant when Louis was coming up, I don't think so.
No, it's like the way that people like Carlin now. Like we grew up watching Louis, and Louis grew up watching Carlin, and I can still enjoy Carlin.
Yeah.
But probably not on the same visceral level that he did.
Yeah, that
right?
he thought it was funny.
And so, but like Carlin is still the quintessential comic for a lot of people in our generation.
Yeah, he's lucky
that
he has 14 hours because he has 45 good minutes.
Oh, you think
out
so?
Of that. Oh yeah. And the rest is like, what's up with fingernails? You cut your fingernails, and then you leave them on the thing, and the next day they're snap instead of bendy.
That's the fucking thing.
It's like what's going on? And he does. He's like, you remember Cheerios? You ever be looking at your Cheerios in the bowl? They're like, ooh, I'm in the milk, and you're like, what the fuck, George?
But this
is fucking bullshit.
It's funnier to think that like also
and he's destroying with like Cheerio,
right?
Like.
But they're like, yeah, man, he had such insightful questions on race, and he's like, why do we give this to that? Why do we give why does this people get that? But that's only because he has 8,000 hours of him being like, why does a cup go on the table? Why do the plates? Why does the spoon go in the bowl?
You're gonna get to racial stuff.
It's like it's the Monkey's Shakespeare typewriter, where if you just like every single thing you question why you do it, eventually you're gonna be like, damn, he questioned gender in the 70s.
Yeah, it's like this is George Carlin. He's like, oh, I got to do my 12th hour. Fuck, I'm out of Cheerio stuff,
right,
and then
exactly.
he's like, I don't know, race, I guess.
He's like,
I guess we'll talk about race and war.
Why can't you curse on television?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, like.
And also, what's the deal with socks?
Yeah.
Just a million fucking things.
That's the thing. It was 7 words you couldn't say on TV, and then right before that, it was like 5 socks you're not allowed to wear.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
This is 7 cabs that didn't pick me up.
Yeah.
He's just like reciting license plate numbers.
Yeah, no.
743-326.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I listened to some Carlin like a couple months ago. It was fun. I would like to. I feel undereducated.
But isn't it fun? Because it's fun the same way you're like in a museum.
Kind of.
Yeah, and you're like, cool. That's what it was like back then.
No.
This is what people were talking about.
Some of it really hits you. Some of it's very funny. But sure. It's not the same as watching like a contemporary comedy special that you're like, oh, that fucking rips.
Yeah.
You know, that really does something else.
It's kind of sad to think that one day these comedy albums that I'm like, oh my God, that like Eddie Pepitone. I was like, that is the rippest, fucking funniest thing I've ever
comedy
fucking
for the
heard.
masses.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. I love it. And in 20 years, people are gonna be like, I don't fucking get it. I'm like, what do you mean you don't get it? It's the best thing ever. I love it. You know?
But I see that. I watch older specials that I liked, and I see them through today's lens, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see. There, I mean, especially in like, if you want to talk about Louis and all that shit, there was like a very heavy reliance on being offensive and saying edgy shit, you know?
He still does it.
Yeah, I know that he still does it, but I'm saying these specials that I loved, I still love them, but that... I guess you've seen that done so much, and then it's gone out of fashion that you start to see people pulling the levers, right?
Oh yeah,
it
exactly.
loses its magic. You start to see what's going on and how it functions.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like when everyone is someone is like, your stuff is also there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Still a little bit. We don't want people to think we're advertising blank plastic
This
cups.
is actually blank because it's from a hipster spot down the block. So they don't fucking put a logo on it. So
That's
I can,
nice.
yeah, they know because everybody on this block is probably a podcaster.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And they're saying like, look, if they have logos, they won't go here.
Yeah. When I was looking at the place, they were like, "And here's your podcast studio."
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
How do we get into George Carlin? Shit getting old?
Yeah, we're talking about vinyl.
You know, we're talking about that. We're talking about shit going out of fashion. I actually was just thinking about that. I keep seeing people with mullets, and it'll never look good to me, a mullet. And I think it's just like at a certain point, there's just a generational thing, and you can't help it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I see Gen Zs all wearing mullet. They look like fucking shit to me. These kids with their, like, baggy clothing. Everything's a fucking statement. Like, they're
Jesus
wearing,
Christ,
like...
fucking Bill Cosby over here.
No, they're wearing...
Jesus Christ, you really, you got the lifestyle, now you're doing the act, huh? Okay.
How about a black baby where it's like, pull up your diaper?
Yeah.
Pull up your diaper, you're shitting all over the place.
Yeah,
He's like, nah, man, I don't want the other babies to think I'm a square.
These goddamn babies.
Yeah.
Pull up your diaper.
Right. No. I mean, do you get what I'm talking about? I was just walking around Bushwick, and it's just like so many people that are trying to have this look that's you can tell it's like intentionally crafted to be sort of nonconformist, but then they all just kind of fucking look the same, and it just looks stupid.
It's the same thing. It happened with...
It's like jumpsuits and bad haircuts, and like your nails are different colors.
Have you ever had them like slowly kind of like I'm like totally unhip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Right.
It's like, and all of a sudden, like, this is just what I wear because it's comfortable and it works, and
right.
Whatever.
That's
and all
me.
this, all of a sudden, like, the hipster trend starts going towards you, and then you're like, oh, I'm starting to dress like it. They're starting to dress like me, and then all of a sudden they're dressing like me. Then people look at me, they look like I'm trying to be them,
right?
And I was like, no, I was this first. I wore This is about Carhartt.
I know this is a specific thing.
Yeah.
You found a way to make this.
I wore Carhartt hats first.
Okay, and then the hipsters got them.
Yeah. Now the working class would disagree with who was wearing it first,
right.
But I'm pretty sure it started with Nebuchadnezzar Jews, and then went over to construction workers, and then went over to hipsters. Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think you were wearing Carhartt as a fucking Jew from New Jersey?
Because when I started wearing them, they were still made in the USA, and they were not pieces of shit. They weren't shitty hats, and
you
they were
genuinely
buying
warm. Them because they were made in the USA. No, because your dad buy them.
No, because they were genuinely warm. I started wearing them like when I was 17, 18.
Why did you pick that over any other hat?
It was the warmest in the store.
The warmest.
It was the warmest in the Bob store. I was like, this is thick. This
Bob
will work.
store?
Yeah, but it was just a chain store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob store. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's like an outlet store.
Dick's. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was in Bob's, and I was like, this is the thickest one. This is the nicest one. And I bought it. I was like, this hat's great. I'm wearing this. This is my brand from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, hipsters started wearing it. It became super popular. And now they make them in China. This is a xenophobic rant. Wow.
Why is it xenophobic?
Well, wait. Yeah, I take out my flag. I'm
saying,
like, burn them.
That's how it works. Hipsters get into it, and then they fucking make it in China. The last 7 Rolling Stones records were made by Chinese boys.
Yeah, no.
Just Chinese fucking kids in a factory where they're like, I don't know, paint it black. They're like, we did that already.
Yeah. Oh,
right? They're just fucking sitting there sweating, playing 4 chords.
Yeah. I am very dissatisfied. I can't get any. We're like, we've heard this.
Yeah, exactly. They're just, but that's so funny because all the Rolling Stone songs are so generic to begin with that they're like, how about drinking and then a woman and then we party, and they're like, all right, fucking press it, rock and roll. Here we go.
Yeah. Rock and roll is easy. Every time I turn on the radio, it's like, I love you.
It's
I miss you.
There's 4 fucking songs.
And then like, I'm angry.
90% of music is, I want to fall in love with you, but I can't, or whatever. I'm in love with you, but I can't have you.
Yeah.
Or you broke my heart.
Yeah.
Or I love you.
Yeah.
That's it. And then every once in a while you get like a killer song about a sandwich or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great.
Yeah, or like
Ween.
Yeah.
Ween is fantastic for just writing songs about nothing.
Yeah. They have a sandwich song?
I don't know. I would bet $1 billion that Ween has a song about sandwiches.
Yeah. Turkey Club. It's like every sandwich though.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the roast beef song?
Right.
This isn't for me.
Right.
Yeah. I need roast beef.
Right. Check between your legs.
Yeah. Whoa.
It turns out you have a pussy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually a sandwich pussy. Right? There's like bacon in it.
Yeah, I was looking at
the roast beef club.
I was looking at
lettuce.
a
You squirt lettuce. You squirt mayonnaise.
I was looking at a pussy the other day,
Yeah?
and I was like, man, that is an accurate comparison.
Who's pussy, Dan?
What? Yours.
You have a girlfriend?
No. It was porno. It was porno. I swear to God, it was porno.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it was porno.
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I thought you were just like.
You think?
I was looking at. You didn't specify that it was in porn. You were just like, I was looking at a pussy the other day. I'm not gonna say whose. Looked like shit. Looked like fucking absolute garbage trash.
I was looking at this pussy the other day, and my cum was in it. I was like, ew.
Right,
I was like, I'm not
exactly.
gonna say who it was.
Right, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. No, it was porn. I was looking
Okay,
at.
so you were
no.
looking
I
at
swear to God,
porn.
I was at work looking at porn. Yeah.
What if pussies look like other sandwiches too? Right. Like not just roast beef, right? Like egg salad somehow.
Oh, God. Oh, I've seen some of those too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Nice bond me. Yeah. Bang me.
Pho.
Yeah.
It's just like she's like, yeah, be careful, I'm a squirter. Don't
Yeah,
tip me over. It's
yeah.
just a broth there, and you know.
Yeah.
have
I
noodles.
fucked her. Yeah. Actually, you fucked me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Shit. So here we are. Yeah, Gen Z looks like shit. Parting your hair in the fucking middle looks like shit. Wearing a mullet looks like shit. Wearing shapeless clothing looks like fucking shit to me. And then making an effort to like have your own generational way of dressing also looks like shit to me. I feel like there's ways of dressing that transcend generations. You and I look like shit in a different way.
But yes.
You and I look like shit in a way that it's
transcends
clearly
time.
It's clearly not a statement. It's just the most comfortable clothing available.
Yeah.
It's purely functional.
Yep.
It almost. I talked to a friend of mine in college. I knew her, and then I hung out with her in Berlin, and she worked in fashion. And I lost this argument, but I was like, I feel like brands should be outlawed. She was like, you can't. You're always going to be able to have a brand because there's things like visual brands, like the Three Stripes or whatever. So you can't outlaw brands. And I was like, I just don't want to be involved with it. She was like, well, the way you dress, you're basically.
She was like, Santa, you were covered in swastikas. You're like, oh, my bad. It's my brand. Yeah.
What's the brand called?
Nazis? I don't know.
No, come on, man.
Yeah. You're better at branding than I am.
Come on, Dan. It's your intern Dan.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna do branding.
right.
What's a brand that's covered in swastikas? Ready? Hugo Boss. All right, nailed it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's great.
Well, it's Hugo Boss.
Do you think
That
Hugo
would have been
Boss?
funny 3 minutes ago.
Do you think Hugo Boss has a?
It's insane they're still around. It's insane you make Nazi uniforms and then they fucking get defeated and you're like, we also make suits.
Yeah.
We make regular suits.
Yeah, it's like who wants some underwear?
Yeah, exactly. Normal suits and cologne.
Yeah, they just what they do is they take all the Nazi uniforms and they just
Right.
like color. It's like a window. It's like a box window now.
Right,
It's like
right,
this is
right.
our new brand. We're the window. We're
Yeah.
the window.
Yeah.
I'm Hugo Window. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Everyone's like, nah, we know what that is.
So they take the swastikas and they make it into the Windows logo.
yeah, no, they make it to like the Running Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a little head on it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, this is it. This is what we're doing now.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder.
Oh, how about like post-Nazi Germany, poor kids just wearing hand-me-down Nazi clothing, and everyone was just making fun of them.
I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. Don't make me wear this. It was like,
he's so poor, he still wears swastikas.
yeah.
He's like, Mom, all the kids at school, they're making fun of me for my swastikas. They're
Everyone's like, that was your brother's uniform.
they were good enough for your father. They're good enough for you.
Oh, Dad, I remember Dad. I miss him. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he left to France to fuck prostitutes.
You know,
he fell in love with a whore there.
He's like, is he having a good time in Brazil? Tell me. He's
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder if that is like some guys like, where's my daddy? Oh, he went to Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like during like Nazi times.
That happens.
Yeah.
A guy my dad worked with. My dad was friends with this couple, and we would just have like dinner with them and holidays because I guess they were like a couple. They were successful people, but they didn't have kids. And yeah, I don't know. My dad knew them, so we would have like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. And then just my dad's like, yeah, the guy one day just got in a truck and left. Fucking nothing. No conversation. Just one day it was like, yeah, he was gone. And that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a crime involved?
No, I think it was just fucking like, fuck this. He just left his job. And he left his wife. He just got in a car and left town. And that was it.
I had
Respect. That's fucking baller.
What it is, it is. I will say this: I
Yeah.
had a one of my girlfriends in high school.
Yeah.
My girlfriend in high school.
Yeah.
One of my girlfriends.
One of your
in high
girlfriends
school.
in high school.
Yeah.
You had a crew.
Some girl I fingered on the couch.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the middle of us dating.
Yeah.
Her dad did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
She was like, he's gone.
Yeah.
He left.
That's awesome.
And then
the sex got so much better.
But before, yeah.
Just instantly like flipping a switch. All she's like, "You want to do anal?
Yeah.
Now put it in my mouth."
It was like, yeah, I should have stayed.
You're
yeah,
like, "Are
yeah.
you sure you want to do that?" She's like, "What's it matter? I don't have a dad.
Yeah,
Who's
I know.
gonna fucking yell at me?
Yeah, I know.
My
This is
mom."
Great. Yeah.
And then you cut to her mom, and it's got a shit covered dick in her mouth.
All right. Yeah. And you're enjoying yourself there on that one.
having a good one.
Yeah.
Having a good
but
time.
it was so awkward between us. Yeah.
You and her?
Well, it was like she was like her life fell apart in the
Yeah.
middle of us dating, and you're like 16, 17, you know,
Yeah.
you don't know what the fuck to fucking do, you know?
Were you like? Were you guys fucking?
No, this is before.
Were you like? Were you fingering on the couch?
Yes.
Were you like? So you want to go back to the couch? Or?
Yeah. No, we never had what happened was we never had sex, and then we broke up,
Yeah.
and then I just had sex with a girl like
Then
2 weeks after that, who was just like a hookup.
And she fucked the football team, right?
She was she was known, it was the basketball team.
Really?
No, she was known for getting around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Before you dated her or after?
I'm talking about the girl who I hooked up with 2 weeks after I broke up with my
Oh, okay.
girlfriend.
I'm talking about the girl whose dad left.
Oh, no, I don't really know what happened to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have died. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But so then you got with an easy woman.
I got with an easy
That's the
girl.
way to go.
That's the way to lose it.
You know, it's fucked up that as kids, they're judging, they're slut shaming each other. I will give this to Gen Z. They're really good about being like, listen, if you want to fuck, just fuck. You
But
know?
they fuck less.
Yeah. I mean, but theoretically, they're cool with it.
Yeah.
They fuck less, but they're okay with it. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of like mental fucking weirdness to getting laid for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, like, are we together now? Are you okay? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
And then you like, as a guy, you don't know how to react.
Right.
Afterwards, you're like, what does a gentleman do now that
Right.
this is not like I grabbed a titty and I'm bored. I'm going
You're
over
like,
here.
what does a gentleman do?
I feel an obligation towards you.
Right.
Yeah.
I should put on my tuxedo T-shirt. I'm
Yeah.
a gentleman now.
Yeah.
Right.
I should wipe the cum off you. Yeah.
Right.
Did you come the first time you got laid?
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, you don't even remember it?
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that.
Oh, really? It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got with her because what? Because if she gets around, then it's easier to lose your virginity.
I didn't know that she got around. She was just there, and she was
Right.
like, "You want to do this?" And I was
And
like,
then-
"What? It was this easy? Yes."
And then, oh really?
Yeah.
What, like first time, first date, or something like that?
It was at a party,
Yeah.
and it was at a party at someone else's house.
Yeah.
She was there. We kind of knew each other, not really.
Yeah.
We were drinking. We got
Yeah.
wasted. She was like, "Let's fucking fuck." You know, she
Meanwhile-
didn't say it like that, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, cool, definitely." You know.
I mean, good for her, but also, meanwhile, that's like behavior that is. I had a friend who was like that, and she was like, "Oh yeah." It turns out I was just like, I had like emotional issues that had gone
Oh, definitely. There was definitely something there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like the same as ethical non-monogamy, where you're like, I've decided that. I mean, even those people are full of shit, also. And
That's
have
what
their
she
own set
said
of
to me,
fucking
actually.
problems.
Yeah, 20 years
Yeah.
ago when she was
Really?
17. She was like, let's be ethically non-monogamous.
She
I was like, ooh.
She
I
was
look
like-
it up in a dictionary.
She was like, Dan, I want you to know that I'm a relationship anarchist and I have non-hierarchical relationships. And if
Yeah.
you want me to blow you, I will.
Yeah. I was like,
Also
all I
pass-
heard was that last part.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she was like, ugh, beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. How do we get into this? So some girls fucking
Talking
dad
about
left.
records.
Yeah. Talking about Gen Z. I don't know. Yeah, they're cooler about certain things. But it's funny. I was hanging out after a show yesterday, and there was a kid, and he was like 24 or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, we grew up with Tinder, you know? Like
Yeah,
a
that's
decade
so weird.
younger. He's like, we never didn't have it.
Wait, how
So-
long has Tinder been around?
a decade. Something like that.
Wow, I've been on Tinder for a decade. No.
Yeah. Or it came out while I was in Berlin, so maybe like 7 years.
All right, yeah.
6.
Still, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like, my friend's brother, he was in high school when it came out, and then they would just fucking when it first came out, it was like fucking 16-year-olds having threesomes and shit like this, just like because you could instantly hook up and meet all these people.
Yeah.
But you're a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
Right. So, but what happened is these kids from talking to them, they're in their 20s now. They're like, yeah, we never learned how to hit on someone in public. We only know Tinder.
Oh.
So a lot of them actually get laid a fair amount, but they have no like IRL game. They have no ability to just go up to someone and be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah, they don't know eye contact.
Yeah.
They're swiping on their phone while pumping.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, that's it.
Right.
Yeah, they're like looking at the profile picture like, I can't believe I'm fucking this right now. Yeah.
Or it's more like they're flirting with a girl and also swiping. They don't realize that she can see you.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
They're
yeah,
just used
yeah.
to flirting
Yeah.
digitally.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the hack joke. You swipe somebody.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Meanwhile, I'm the opposite. Where like if I meet a girl, like my goal is to get off of Tinder as soon as possible because I
Right.
feel like my only chance is to like show them my amazing personality. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I got a podcast studio. You want to come and see it? Yeah.
You want to come see where the magic happens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're here and we just podcast and she watches.
Come on out, baby.
Yeah.
Let's introduce you to the world.
Yeah. She's like, I need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's about it. What else is going on?
What else is going on? A number of things are going on. I have a little scam story. Huh?
You got a scam story? I got a couple scam stories.
I don't know if it's a fucking scam when it's a restaurant, but I mean, sure.
Restaurants can be I'm already convinced it's a scam.
All right. Okay. The girl I'm seeing.
I went into a restaurant. I got stabbed and robbed.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. A guy was like, "Do you want to fuck my daughter?" And then he stole my cum and sold it.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, this is a weird. Why the restaurant idea?
Yeah.
Why use a restaurant as a front? I think you should open a sperm bank or
Like,
something.
I just want a fucking
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't even get my
That is
sandwich.
funny though. How about that? How about a guy whose scam is he's like, he's messaging these people like, "Hey, I have an anonymous glory hole," and then he keeps the cum and then sells it to women who are like trying to conceive on their own, right? Like you can only go to the sperm bank so many times, but he just goes in with like different mustaches and like different guys. Cum.
Oh, he's selling glory hole things to a sperm bank?
He opens a glory hole, he keeps the cum, he sells it to a sperm bank. Boom, $50 every pop.
Do you think if you went to a sperm clinic and you drilled a hole on the side of it, people would stick their dick in thinking that, like a drive-through?
I don't understand.
If you were like the outside of a...
How are you going to drive through? All right, you pull up the car, you stop, and you put your dick into the
Yeah, like a drive-through.
building.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then you...
What are you
I
saying?
won't invite you to be an investor.
What's the point? You're saying here just a fucking you're talking about like a faster. Like it's people aren't donating their sperm because they don't have time. So
Yeah.
how about a time saving mechanism?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like a drive-through for sperm banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how about if you want to make like a race of like people who are mentally not all the way there. You want to like collect all of society's worst attributes. So what you do is you take sex dolls and scoop out all the cum, and then you use that to breed children, right?
Yeah.
Of just like unfuckable losers. You just
Yeah.
have an army of unfuckable losers.
You're making fun of my sex doll right now.
Really,
Yeah.
Christina?
Oh, Karen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 50% off.
Not so popular.
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days.
They were like, "Wow, this is not good. It's weird. It calls the police on me."
Very
yeah.
popular in the black community.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Exactly. Choke
just
me.
start-
You know,
it just
tickle me
starts
Elmo,
crying.
choke me Karen.
Yeah, choke me, Karen. Oh man, would be so popular.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm calling the police.
Right. And then it comes with stop resisting Ken.
Yeah. What's your restaurant scam?
I was enjoying that bit, you know.
All right.
Yeah, Karen's dream house.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's got a maid costume, and you put it on, and you work for her. What do you think about that?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The restaurant scam is this place was advertising 25-cent wings. And so the girl I'm seeing is like, all right, let's go fucking get 25-cent wings.
You invited me to Wings, right?
Yeah, I said there's 25-cent wings. What a deal.
Yeah.
Because normally the wings are, get this, 4 for $10.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how
Or
you knew it was a scam.
8 for like $16.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we got 25-cent wings. And we're like, okay, great. And we go to the bar and we go, all right, we'll take those wings. And they go, oh, here's how it works. You order one drink and you can get up to 4 wings.
Okay. So this, yeah.
So it's bullshit. So it's a beer whatever. I look at the cheapest beer. I'm like, the cheapest beer is $5, but it's happy hour. I was like, okay, so what's the cheapest beer right now? And he was like, oh, it's a happy hour. You can't combine specials. You can't get a happy hour price. You have to get a full price beer.
Yeah, it's this. They did exactly what they needed to do.
Right.
You're there, and they were just hoping you'd say fuck it.
Right. And then we said, okay, so I guess, I don't know, if we got maybe one or two of these. And so we started doing the math, and it was like, I guess we could get two. And they were like, oh, it's a $20 person, or it's a $20 minimum per table. Like, I don't know if it was per person or what, but we were just like, at a certain point, we were like, yeah, this is stupid. I don't drink. I'm not going to go fucking buy 4 beers. My girlfriend, who barely drinks, she was like, we were thinking like, you each get a beer and then you can have wings for half an hour or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like something reasonable. But 4, like, it's so fucking stingy.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
It's really bad.
Wait,
especially if you don't drink. Yeah.
So then we left. We walked out. And what a feeling to walk out of a place that tries to, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you're ripping
yeah.
me off? Oh, you're a scam artist? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
You don't get anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we walked out, and then we went to this place, which has very good Middle Eastern food, and we got wraps, and it was like fucking, you know, hers was 8, mine was 10, because I got meat. She had.
Does the place start with an M?
No. It was Black Iris on DeKalb. It's pretty good. They make the pita there, so the bread is really fresh.
Yeah, you can't get really good hummus here. It's a shame. Yeah.
You can.
Okay, well, I'm not going to even get into this right now. It's going to start. Yeah, it's going to get contentious.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can get good hummus. Go to fucking Sahadi's.
Good for you for walking out.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I am a hero, an American hero.
What I would, you had a little boner while you were walking out?
No, I felt more of it. It's like I'm embarrassed because I'm on a date. It's just like I have to be cheap in front of her all the time because, do you get this? I mean, I make fun of you for being cheap, but I'm also cheap.
Yeah.
I'm cheap in the way that just...
I'm so competitive right now. I'm like, I'm cheap. I'm way cheaper than you, buddy.
I'm cheap in the way that comics are cheap, where it's like, if you're just a fucking regular asshole with a job, you have no problem spending $30 or $40. But I'll be like, listen, I'm not going to pay $30 to have Thai food outside when it's freezing cold.
Yes.
Like, I've had to just ruin dates where it's like, it's the pandemic, where should we go? And I'm like, there's kind of nowhere to fucking go.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a bar with a backyard if you want to go there. I'm not going to drink.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, I'm not just going to drop money willy-nilly. So I just had to be like, yeah, I don't think this is worth it. Do you want to just go somewhere cheaper? And it's like, you can't help but look kind of lame when you do that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's it is extremely lame, and that's why you just kind of have to, like, I am finding myself more often than not just biting the bullet and being like, you're just spending this money to not, like,
Can't do it.
Yeah, to
Can't do it.
not be an asshole.
At a certain point, you got to be like, listen, we've been doing this for a couple months. I don't fucking go out to shit. You know?
Yeah, I got invited to a party.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's friend invited me to a party,
Yeah.
and she was like, open bar.
Right.
You know, all it takes is $45. It's $45 for an open bar.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to drink 2. I don't drink really.
Right.
Yeah. And it was $45, and I had 2 beers.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
And,
I thought I
I'm
told you
like,
this. You could have just paid for the beers.
Yeah. But it's the type of thing where it was like open bar. It was like I didn't want to not participate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you wanted the bracelet? So
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
Hey,
I was like,
everyone, they're like, take a
bracelet.
picture with the bracelet.
I don't want people to know how cheap I am.
Meanwhile, they're all doctors.
Yeah.
You're in the closet about your cheapness. Like, you're open with me. Like, you're out of the closet with some people.
Yeah.
Who else knows about your cheapness?
My girlfriend knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? What
Yeah.
are her thoughts on it?
She's just like, I mean, she hasn't commented on it, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Or, we're not doing that. It's too expensive.
Right.
And even for like the 2-drink thing, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have 2.
Yeah. It eats
Yeah.
you up.
Yeah.
That'll destroy me. Yeah, we went to an overpriced restaurant. What's worse is when it's bad, because a lot of places in New York are expensive and bad. If it's expensive and good, you're at least kind of like,
Yeah.
that was a nice thing, and
Yeah.
it was a good. When you get like what's clearly like fucking microwave dog shit, and you paid like $40 a head, it's like I am about to flip a fucking table right now.
Yeah. But there are some deals in the area where we're talking about.
Where?
There is a Jewish
Where? What area?
deli. Like I'm sorry. I think in
I was talking about Fort Greene.
Oh no, I'm talking about East Village.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
What's the deal in the East Village?
It's I mean, should I plug the place?
Here's the thing. There's deals in New York, but they're not at places you can sit and eat. I think for the most
This is
part,
a place where you can sit and eat.
they're generally places you have to take it to go and eat
This
it like
is-
a fucking dog
This
over a
is
trash
an
can.
old. This is an old Jewish luncheonette
Yeah.
on 2nd Avenue.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything's kosher and stuff like that.
good?
And it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's $9. And I go there for lunch. I get the
Yeah.
special there.
Yeah.
And I get basically a gigantic omelet
Right.
with all the fixings
Yeah.
in it. You know.
Cum.
Yeah.
Aborted fetus.
Yeah, cum, blood, aborted fetus. Yeah, it's got to be kosher.
Yeah,
so
your dad's cock.
Yeah, my dad's cock.
Your dad's anus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, can I have some extra of my dad's ass? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're all out.
Yeah, we're all out. A very popular item
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, you got to get here before 2.
It's
Yeah.
actually it's become a delicacy in Japan, so we
Yeah.
actually can't afford your dad's anus
Yeah, I know.
anymore.
Yeah,
You know how like
flown
when
in
the
by
native,
ice.
the native population they lose their traditional cultural cuisine because it becomes popular somewhere else and it becomes more in demand.
That's
Like,
what it's like for my dad's ass.
yeah, that's what happened with quinoa in like Ecuador. Like that's what they subsist on. But then it became popular with people with like hipsters because it's gluten free, and then they didn't have their subsistence grain. That's what it's like with your dad's anus.
Yeah.
Where like these Japanese businessmen, they love eating your dad's ass, and now there's none for dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame for
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah, he's doing fine though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll make it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't sit down, but
Yeah. 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 I mean, he's got no anus. So,
right. Yeah. He just keeps absorbing chairs.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, the anus keeps it closed. So if you eat the anus, it's just
okay.
huge.
Yeah. It's like a tent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like a canopy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every chair is a butt plug for him.
Yeah. That's
Right?
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the special's pretty good there.
Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say is that go to that Jewish deli.
Yeah, go to that Jewish deli. Yeah. It's good. They
That's
have
our
deals
commercial.
here.
Should we not plug it? Do you think people won't want to go there? Maybe they want to try the Dan's dad's asshole.
I mean, I don't. You're the one who's like, we don't plug things on the show.
I don't want to fucking plug corporate shit. If it's like a fucking local spot,
Yeah.
The flip side of it is what you don't want to do is plug a local spot and then it blows up. But we have 0 followings. I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah, should I do it?
Go for it. Yeah.
All right. It's
It's the K word.
it's a little. I don't know if it's called Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Jesus
it's great.
Christ.
It's fucking great.
It's a long walk to get that joke out. It's hold on, wait, hold on, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. They had this great saying, when you're here, you're Dunkin'. And it's true. I really
Yeah.
feel that about this nice little Jewish deli,
They
Dunkin'
changed
Donuts.
They changed the name from Dunkin' Donuts to just Dunkin'. Did you see that?
Yeah, because they're selling avocado bullshit toast now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess maybe donuts are unhealthy, and that's why.
Yeah.
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 Meanwhile, there's nothing healthy in there, and their coffee makes you feel like crack.
Right.
The name of the
Like crap.
Yeah, the real name of the place is B&H Dairy.
B&H Dairy.
Yeah,
Cool.
and it's pretty
nice.
fucking great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do the B&H stand for?
Butthole. you
Bros,
know?
bros and hoes.
Yeah. Yeah, bros before hose dairy.
No, bros and hoes. They're like, why choose when
Yeah.
you can have both?
Yeah. Can I have the bro and hose special?
It's actually
You got it, bro ho.
part of keeping kosher is you don't mix your bros with your hoes. You know.
Well, no, you can mix your bros and your hoes. You just can't have cheese with them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. And the bro and the hoe have to be inspected by a rabbi.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also you have to kill the hoe and the bro properly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be slit their neck from behind.
Yeah, and the bro and hoe can't be. They have to be fishes without scales, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Fish without scales?
I think
Or
fish.
like fucking dolphins?
I think. I
Are
think
dolphins
fish.
kosher?
I think fish without. I can't remember the kosher stuff. I think fish without scales are not kosher.
No,
And
I think it's the other way around.
Fish with scales are kosher.
Like shrimp is not kosher.
Well,
'cause it doesn't
shrimp
have
is all
scales.
all shellfish is not kosher.
Yeah.
You know, like oysters and
So
shrimp
what's a
and
shrimp?
octopus.
What's a shrimp without scales?
I don't think shrimps have scales.
Sorry, what's a fish without scales?
I think like a catfish.
Really? They don't
Yeah.
have scales?
I think they just have skin. And also like sharks. Sharks don't have scales.
Oh,
Stingrays don't have scales.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Catfish don't have scales?
I don't think catfish have scales.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think catfish is kosher.
That's why they're called catfish, because they're nice, smooth. You
yeah,
can pet them.
yeah. It has nothing to do with the whiskers or
Yeah.
the fact that they say meow and shit in a box.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. It's
Catfish?
it's their lack of scales.
Are there
yeah.
cat litter boxes
Yeah,
underwater?
Yeah. Somebody catches a catfish, it's like this cat looking fish looking up at them. They're like, this doesn't have scales.
Yeah.
Like a cat. You fucking nailed it, man.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It just pushes your shit off the desk.
Yeah, I
while
know.
making eye
Like
contact.
with this, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Your pet catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man, it scratches your stuff up. Yeah.
Right. What else do what else do cats do? Eat mice. You know what I was doing? I was looking at videos of frogs eating mice. That shit is amazing.
Yeah.
Bullfrogs?
My YouTube
Yeah.
has officially crossed over into your because we said this before. We share the same YouTube account for the podcast.
What have you seen?
And just all that type of shit is my fucking jam.
I watched a video. Are you into it? Do
I
you also like
frogs
it?
eating frogs, frogs eating mice. Have you checked out? Have you checked out Mousetrap Monday?
No.
It's a guy. He's great. I love him. I'm plugging this.
Yeah.
Check out Mousetrap Monday.
Okay.
This guy named Sean Woods. He's the fucking man.
Yeah.
And twice a week he tests out a new a mouse trap or a rat trap.
Yeah.
I got into it when I was in New York and there were rats in my
Yeah.
walls, and I
Yeah.
hate rats. I want to see them die on TV. You know.
Does he buy pet mice and rats?
No,
just to test it
no,
out,
no,
or
he
he just has an
lives-
infested warehouse or something?
No. He lives in God knows where, somewhere in Pennsylvania. He's
Yeah.
a farmer. He has a
Yeah.
farm, and there's just mice
Like
infestations
field
everywhere.
mice or in barns. or
Yeah,
whatever.
like field mice in barns and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So he has a new trap, and he tests it out, and he recommends the good ones, and he doesn't have the bad ones. You've seen some dope traps, and fans build traps for him.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen ones where they take like a water cooler, right, and then
Yep.
they put food in the bottom of it, but then they have to like you cut a water cooler in half.
Yeah.
Then you take the spout end of it, you flip it upside down, you put the food inside. So they go in to get the food, but then they can't get out, and then they'll build like they'll climb on top of each other and build a pyramid to try and get out, but they
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually like a mouse holocaust,
yeah.
and then he just fucking gasses them and they die.
Yep. That's what Sean
Yeah.
does too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the best ones ever. He's like, I can't believe this is so easy.
Yeah.
But just take a metal bowl and fill it with vegetable oil and put
Yeah.
some peanut butter in the
Yeah.
middle. And the mouse will go in, and it'll just be a slip and slide for them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you caught like 12 mice that were covered in like oil
Yeah.
and like couldn't get out. And I was like, wow, it's that simple to
Meanwhile,
catch fucking mice.
you gotta kill them. I had to fucking kill. I got a sticky trap. I
He
had to
doesn't-
kill the mouse.
He doesn't kill all the mice. He releases them. If they're a native species, he releases them. It's an invasive species. He gasses them off camera.
Yeah.
And then he has another cool thing, though, is he just leaves the bodies out at night. And
Yeah.
then, like, you get to see, like, this footage of, like, raccoons coming and eating these mice and, like, what in nature
Jesus.
eats these mice. And often, like, an eagle will just, like, swoop down and
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like, boom, boom, and just take it. And you're like, man, this YouTube channel rocks.
You think if you left the bowl out, that animals would just come in and eat them?
Oh, for sure.
That's do you think that's like it's like a foodie raccoon, right?
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, covered in oil. My
Yeah.
favorite. He's like, he doesn't eat it because it's not
He's like,
truffle oil.
he's like peanut oil. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, come on, come
Exactly.
on. I'm an Italian raccoon, olive
Right.
oil.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
yeah.
I also keep looking up shit about like, can you keep a sea otter as a pet? Can you keep a fucking can you keep a raccoon as a pet?
I'm so glad we shared the same. This is me.
Nothing
This
is a pet.
I can't believe
other
what
than dogs and cats. There's nothing else is a pet.
cats aren't really even pets.
Right,
Nothing's a
yeah.
pet but a dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very. I didn't know I had such a big influence on you and what you've been watching.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
bad. I'm gonna become you. Yeah, exactly. Like I did a.
Do you think we've ever jerked off to the same porno?
I don't watch porn. Or I only watch like homemade.
Do you jerk off to
OnlyFans
pictures of you?
stuff.
Because if you do, then we do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you scream, "Oh, Santiago, I want you" when you jerk off? Because then we're the same.
Yeah, I actually do that.
Yeah.
I have jerked off in front of the mirror making eye contact. Have you ever done that?
I tried it once. I was like, let's see what this is like, and I couldn't get hard.
Really?
You can't look at me.
Yeah.
You know?
You think that's why? I don't think it's a physical attraction thing. I think it's like a weird ego thing. Like you come to terms
Yeah,
with the fact
well-
that you're alone and that you're doing this to yourself.
Yeah, well, all I can tell is what I got from it was my dick hates my face.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, here's what I was gonna say. Somebody asked me if Anthony Bourdain died of autoerotic asphyxiation. He hung himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that that's just like a little thing people say when they're embarrassed that their family member committed suicide? That they're like, oh, he was just trying to get off.
Oh,
Like
It's
David
funny how, like, the
Carradine's
shame-
family or whatever. Yeah, it's worse to have It's like, oh, listen, the guy was just trying to fucking,
Yeah.
bust really hard.
Yeah.
He didn't fucking hate all of us so much that
Sad
he found...
news. Sad news on the. We just got word today that Robin Williams was trying to jerk off.
Right,
And we all know where this is going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But somehow it's preferable to be like, yeah, we was just trying to jerk off.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't that I'm just like a fucking
Do you think?
godless bitch who was just nagging him to death.
Do you think people do you think people who like autoerotic asphyxiation, they have a mock suicide note just in case, because they don't want people to know that they were jerking off?
No. How are they? What do you mean? I'm killing myself because I got my hand super glued to my cock. I'm writing this with my left hand. How could you fake being caught masturbating and then you're dead?
No. I mean, like, you're masturbating, but like you're with autoerotic asphyxiation. But I was like, there's a chance I might die doing this.
Yes.
And I don't want people to think
Yeah.
that I did it from autoerotic asphyxiation. I think they want to do it from depression. So I will write I'll write a suicide note saying that I'm depressed. And then when people find me with my cock in my hand hung, they're going to be like, wow, what a sad guy. As I was describing this scenario, I realized that you have to have your dick in your hand.
You realize the
while you're
fucking
doing
point
it.
that I was making to begin with, which
I'm-
is like you can't hide the
I didn't visualize the scene. I didn't visualize the scene.
That's the logic of you just watched a fucking a little microcosm of every conversation we have when you're like, no, but you're think about it. You fucking
I'm
go
like,
back
yeah,
and you talk through it and you're like, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's pretty obvious when you die from autoerotic asphyxiation what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
What if you find what if you find someone you love who killed themselves, and you're like, oh, and they like, you find the suicide note and it's like, I'm doing this and it's like because of you, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to get blamed for this.
Right.
So you crumple up the note and then you take his dick out and you put his hand in it and then you slump him down on
Oh,
the thing.
that's the other way.
And then you're like, he was jerking off. It wasn't certainly because I bullied him for 20 years.
You know what it is a lot of like cops, a lot of times if they find like a dead prostitute or a homeless person, they'll write no NPI, which stands for no person involved, which basically they're saying like this person's life didn't matter, so we're not really going to look into it.
Yeah.
Right. This is turning into a Chris Rock bit. So if you want to murder someone, just drop a mixtape.
First of all,
No, but if you
that's
wanna-
a Dave Chappelle bit.
Okay. All right. What was
Sprinkle
this?
crack
Sprinkle a
on
little
him.
crack on
Yeah.
him. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's Dave Chappelle.
Racist.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
I owe him an apology. I've been calling him Chris for years.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I've I did the ultimate mix-up the
Hold
other
on.
day.
Let's do
Yeah.
that. Wait, let's hold on.
God, that was so bad.
Let's finish this bit. Wait,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Autoerotic
Right,
asphyxiation.
right. So if they don't care about perverts, so if you want to kill somebody, just fucking whip out their dick, put their hand on it, and then blow their brains out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the cops are like, ugh, a pervert.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ugh. Whew. Boom. All right. You want to go? You want to tell your thing?
That story, I just confused two comics.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Did they have anything in common?
Well, yeah, both of their name was Phil.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Was that it?
What? No. That wasn't.
Yeah.
They're of the same race.
Yeah.
And God, is that embarrassing?
Well, here's the thing. You can confuse people's names, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with race.
Yes, but you can't take it out
Yeah.
when you make the mistake
Yeah.
because
Yeah. It just
I'm
looks
sorry,
like
it's two black guys
It just
named
looked
Phil.
like you mixed up two black guys.
yeah. What do you mean it looked like I mixed up two black guys? I mixed up two black guys.
I understand, but you can also mix up somebody's fucking name.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
without mixing up the person.
But if
Like
it was a white guy named Phil and a black guy named Phil, do you think I would have made the mistake? I hate to call myself racist, but
no.
yeah.
But if it was fucking two white guys named Phil and you made the mistake,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be sitting here wringing your hands, right?
What? No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Have you ever blanked? I blanked when bringing somebody up on stage.
Oh
and then
yeah,
I
I've
said,
done that.
"Give it up for," and the guy just looked at me, and then he said his name.
yeah. I'm like, Dan Veza, I'm your co-host. Yeah.
No, it wasn't you. It was yeah, all right, sure.
Yeah,
Yes. No, I don't want to say who it is. It's a comic that we know, but it was at a small room. It was at the Lantern, but
Yeah.
still it was just like, sorry.
Yeah, you're like,
You just look so stupid.
Louis KC, Louis
Yeah,
KC, Louis
right.
CK. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
back when he was playing at the Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Did I tell you what my mom actually when Louis got like this was like 2018,
Yeah.
and my mom was like, I love Louis. Louis is my favorite. You know,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah. I was like, all right, cool. She's like into Louis, and then like when the news came out, she was like, I can't believe it. He was my favorite comic.
Yeah.
Louis KC. Who would have known? I'm like,
Right.
you can't be that. You know, you didn't love him
Right.
that much. You don't know his name.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what happens when you get too famous. People who shouldn't know you
Yeah.
know you,
Yeah.
and then it feels like then to the person who doesn't like you,
Yeah.
it feels like someone like assaulted you with the person who you're not supposed to know. know?
Right. You got famous beyond your
Like you're
your
just
demo,
a you're
beyond
just,
your
yeah,
demographic.
You're just a person who likes.
now you're just overly present.
You're just like a
too
basic. You're just like a
around.
basic person who likes watching Saturday Night Live, and you're like, "Ooh, who's on this week?" And all of a sudden, like this person who's super edgy who made it into the mainstream is like
Right.
talking about rape and abortion, and you're like, "I just want my SNL."
Right.
What
yeah.
is going on with my SNL? I
Yeah.
didn't like that episode.
I want
What did
my
they have him?
SNL. Yeah.
Yeah, bad show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh my god.
I would fucking I would watch it. I would write for it. I wouldn't mind writing for it. I mean, it feels like. Here's the thing. Have you seen I Think You Should Leave?
No, not yet.
Great sketch show.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Everyone's talking about it.
Very funny, and it's kind of like it's like it's a humor that's of its time, right?
Yes.
And very
mean now?
original. Yeah. And that guy used to write for SNL, and people are saying like, "Oh, so SNL does have funny people writing for it. It's just
Yeah.
they don't get anything on air."
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and this is why I wanted to check it out, because he was like, "Well, how did you develop the show?" He was like, "Well, I had every sketch that was rejected by SNL in the fucking bag." You know?
Right.
They're like,
And
they're
they
not
met
going to use it.
Him and his co-writer met at SNL.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Or just the fact that everybody that does anything good, they did it after SNL. Like they left SNL to do shit.
Do you think there was a time when? Oh, I don't want to talk about SNL. I don't know. I look at the old Norm Macdonald. I'm such a Norm fan.
Everything's bad.
I'm just such a Norm fan that I look all of the old McDonald, Norm Macdonald,
Had a farm.
SNL. Yeah, EIEI, fired. Yeah.
Norm Macdonald had a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay.
And I was looking at the old SNL. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I love these fucking one-liner like twisty like fucked up jokes.
Yeah.
And he's very very like the audience did not like him.
Yeah.
I'd say 30% of the time, which is a huge 100% of the time people are like, ooh, Colin, Michael.
He got fired, and then they brought him back to host, and he said, "That's so
Yeah.
interesting. I got fired because do you remember
Yeah,
this?"
yeah.
He's like, "I got fired because they said I wasn't funny enough." And now they're inviting me to host, but I haven't gotten any funnier. So it must just be that the show's gotten significantly worse.
Have you seen that clip?
Yeah.
All of the you hear loud ass boos.
Yeah.
And it's not. You can tell it's not the audience.
Right.
Yeah, and it's the writers going fuck.
Yeah.
They're like fuck you.
Right.
You know, they're like boo. They can't say that, but
Yeah.
they're like boo.
Right.
Boo, and they're like
Right.
fuck this fucking guy.
Right.
I don't think he had a lot of friends there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, you know why he got fired is because it was during the OJ trial. And
He wouldn't stop making O.J. Simpson jokes. Was that it?
and Don Omeyer, who was the head of NBC at the time,
Right.
was friends with OJ.
Right.
He actually started Monday Night Football. He invented
Right.
Monday Night Football,
Right.
and he was a big football
Before
guy.
that, Tuesdays.
Yeah. Everyone's like, I prefer Monday.
Yeah. he's like, I have dance on Tuesday.
The whole country.
Yeah, the whole country.
The whole country's a pussy on Tuesday.
Nobody wants to plan shit on Monday because they're like, it's the start of the week.
Yeah.
I just want to sit on the couch. And the guy's like, I got it.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're doing football.
Right.
So
It kicks the shit out of Monday night shit your pants.
Yeah.
That's what we had on television.
Yeah.
They just play the brown note. Everyone shit their
Yeah.
pants. Let me tell you, ad revenue is way up since we put football there.
Yet they still had the football theme music on that. Get ready to shit your pants.
Tonight we've got a head-to-head match between your anus and shit.
Yeah. And pants.
Right.
Who will come out victorious?
But first, a word from your sponsors.
yeah.
Baby wipes.
Yeah. Tired of shit in your pants? Yeah.
It is funny now that you're seeing all these pro athletes come out as gay, and they're like, the NHL supports gay guys.
Yeah.
It's like, do the players?
Yeah. No, they do not.
Oh, just these fucking
They do
meatheads that
not.
like now all these NFL players who
It's
I would
like
guess
if
for the most part are extremely homophobic.
yeah,
They
yeah.
just got to come out and like there's like pride rainbows all over the field.
Yeah. It's like it almost to me. It's like if it's like the boss of some mafia family was
Right.
like, fuck, we got a fucking major PR problem.
Right.
It's like people hate us. We murder people. We have all this fucked up shit.
Right.
It's like, all right, let's just support gay people.
No,
and then we'll keep on doing it.
It's
It'll
a
be fine.
black lesbian, and then all of a sudden everyone's okay with the mob.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're fucking getting extorted. That
Yeah.
they're like, oh, but I mean, it is a queer trans person of color.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
of course,
yeah.
you know.
Ooh, we're gonna have to pass that by Don Shaniqua.
Yeah.
You're gonna have him whacked, baby.
You come. It's like you come to me on the day of my non-binary on my non-binary child's partnership confirmation.
I need transgender bathrooms in all the stalls. It's like
Exactly.
it's done. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man. On the day of my daughter's non-binary civil union.
Yeah, exactly. On
Yeah.
the daughter of my non-binary child's
Yeah.
partnership confirmation.
Yeah. Lady Gaga's playing at the wedding.
Right,
Yeah, it's so
exactly.
funny. Man.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like, oof, well, it's like they don't extort people anymore. They just start GoFundMes. They're like, hey, they just go around like store to store, and they're like, I believe you need to donate to our.
Yeah,
you might have
yeah.
forgotten to donate to our GoFundMe.
Yeah.
I need
They're
a gender affirming surgery,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, of course. How
Yeah.
could I? How could I not?
Yeah, or they just go into like a coffee shop in like Brooklyn. They're like, nice little coffee shop you have here. Yeah. Be ashamed if there weren't two bathrooms for both genders or something like that. And it's like, so here's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, who installs those? It's like, oh no, we install those.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a price. You know? Yeah.
Exactly. Fuck. What were we talking about? Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that as like I look back on that and it still holds up.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, but it holds up because that's the thing that failed. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that
Yeah.
the show didn't want.
Yeah.
I will say I feel like SNL's gotten much more political. Either that or I feel like in the 90s it was already political with Clinton and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if in the 70s it started out
It got
overtly
political.
political.
It got political
Yeah.
in the 90s with Bill Clinton, but
Yeah.
it was still all for the purpose of jokes and there was no
Right.
moral judgment.
Right.
It was like it was blowjob jokes.
Right.
Yeah, so it wasn't like blowjobs are wrong or blah 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 blah.
Right.
And now there's an overt political
right.
statement.
It's just
to
fucking
it.
it's propaganda and it's just
Yeah.
like masturbatorial.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I fucked up my my neck last week.
You fucked up your arm too.
I fucked up my neck, and then this week I fucked up my back. I was just thinking, what's next? My pussy and my crack?
Yeah. You should do that on.
You like that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I got another one.
Yeah.
I got another one. I was watching my girlfriend. She was like, "We got to stop using straws." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "I found a picture of a sea turtle with a straw." So we got to stop using straws. And I was like, oh, okay. I found a picture of a sea turtle with a condom. So I guess you know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no condoms. Turns out I was wrong. She's like, no, we're just going to use metal condoms.
Yeah.
You have to wash it out afterwards.
You're like, oh, man, this sucks.
Carry it around, let everyone know. I've got my own. I've got a reusable. I brought my own. It's okay.
You're like, actually, I much prefer paper condoms. I think it's better,
The first 10 minutes suck, but afterwards it starts to feel really good.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I got one. I got one for you.
You got a joke?
I got a joke. Actually, I wrote this joke, and part of me is like, as part of the podcast, I think at least at some point, I'm going to try and write one joke a week. And it's going to be, and it's
you
going
should do that beyond just the podcast.
No. And it's going to be a joke that, it's going to be a joke for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a Santi joke.
I was thinking about the joke you told me in the car. You should tell that one. I like that one.
What? Yeah, but are you going to laugh at it again?
Yeah.
It's really just a sentence. Yeah.
It's what's brilliant about it is it's a self-contained joke. Listen, I think we should fucking bring our material on the show. Why the fuck not? Who gives a shit? Anyways, go ahead. What you got? Hit me with it.
Okay, so I'm losing my hair, so I was thinking of buying these pills that stop you from balding, but the side effects, oh my God, they're worse than going bald. Erectile dysfunction, and if your mom is dead, she comes back to life. I'm like, ugh, pass. What's the point of having a full head of hair if you can't fuck your mom's corpse? You like it?
I love it. Oh, it's great.
I'm gonna try and do one a week. I think I'm gonna do one a week, and that's the sign. Yeah, it's clearly a joke for him. Like,
What's the point? What are you saying? Like, no audience would like this, but I would love it?
I was like, this is there's no way I can put this in my act.
Yeah.
And
I will take these jokes. I'll do all of them.
Don't steal my jokes. Yeah, and
mean,
I
it's
wanted
not stealing
and
if
I was
you
like,
give it to me.
I was like, oh, I can't put this in my act, but
Yeah.
fuck, like Santi's gonna love this when I
Well,
say this to him.
you know
Yeah.
it's a joke that I fucking wrote, and then you just changed the ending. I was talking about losing my fucking hair, taking the pills, and then you can't get hard, and then what's the point if you can't fuck?
Listen.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
Hack premise.
that's a hack premise.
Okay,
so
fine.
I'm taking the hack premise,
Right,
and I'm
right.
like, I want to like and
Right, and then you're making it super dirty.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
making it super fucked up. Yeah.
Dan Stern from Berlin told me a joke like that, and it was the same deal. He told it to me before a show. He was like, I'm not going to do this on stage, but I got a joke you might like.
Yeah.
I said, what is the joke? I'll tell it to you now. He said, I think I'm turning German, you know? Now I pee sitting down, and I shit standing over my neighbor's wife's chest.
He does that all the time on stage.
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe that was before he did it on stage.
Yeah.
Check out Dan Stern if you want to see, if you want to watch comedy in Berlin.
I will say this:
we'll
I did a
vouch.
Zoom show with
Yeah.
him.
Legit.
He's so funny, man.
Yeah.
I was
He's
like, I
funny.
fucking miss this funny dude.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, what else you got? Tell me the fucking European joke.
Sure, you're gonna laugh at it again? You already heard it. Yeah.
I told it to my girlfriend, and then we both laughed for a while. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
Did you know in Europe you're allowed to smoke a cigarette out of your pussy on a train?
Yeah. Europe is so progressive.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing your version of it now?
Europe is so progressive. Did you know that in Europe you're allowed to smoke a cigarette out of your pussy on a train?
Yeah. It's a good joke. Yeah.
It's a good joke. Yeah. I thought about it because we didn't figure out why it works when you told it to me the first time, but I thought about it more, and I understand why it works. It's a self-contained joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Thank you.
What else? Yeah, I got into a bike accident. I don't know if you can see the fucking cuts.
Tilt it the
It's
other.
on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's very Wolverine-y.
Yeah, except like if I got attacked by Wolverine and he didn't really want to hurt me.
Yeah. If he was like,
Yeah, I wonder if I'm gonna have scars. Anyways, I was on an electric bike
it's not deep. I don't think you'll have scars.
and I was going the wrong way, and I smashed into. Basically, I was going on the bike lane, but I was going against traffic, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll be in the bike lane. It's fine. And then some guy was behind a car and swerved into the bike lane and fucking hit me. His bike scraped up my arm. I got thrown from my bike. I landed on my feet. My bike went flying. And then the guy was just like, are you okay? And meanwhile, I'm bleeding and in shock,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, I guess. And he goes, okay, sorry,
Yeah,
bye.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. And then just kept fucking.
Did he white girl you on the way? Was he like, bye?
He was like, sorry, oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
like,
God.
you don't even fucking stop to, Yeah.
Would you stop?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, that's the most New York thing ever. Here's the other thing is I was fucking, I was late to, I was trying to get a massage before you and I had a show. And I was like, what do I do now? My fucking hand, it's still banged up. I still can't bend all my fingers. Like I can bend them, but it hurts. But it was like, at a certain point, you're like, fuck, I need to take a step back. What am I doing? And then at a certain point, you're like, listen, you got a bike. You got somewhere to go. What are you going to not do something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go to this massage parlor. Chinese place, so English, very, very functional, very basic English. I just go in and I'm like covered in blood, and I'm like, do you have alcohol? There's a spray bottle there. He's not getting what I'm saying. So I was like, is this,
Yeah.
I'm like motioning, and then I spray myself down, and then he's looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, can I get a massage? And then I get a massage by this dude, and there's like paper towels on my arm, or I cleaned it off, but it's still like clearly bleeding. And he was like, yeah, but I'm not going to touch your arm. And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That
He's like massaging the
that-
blood out of it. Yeah.
That was his solution. And then because I did fuck up my neck, and I like for a week I was out of commission, or like it took a week for it to go back to normal.
Yeah.
Right. And it's still not completely there. I'm feeling pretty good right now. But anyways, this fucking dude, I was like, I'll get a massage. It'll be relaxing and it'll help the muscles. And it was just an hour of extreme pain. And it was just this guy digging his thumb into every fucking muscle and me just sitting there crying And also just like feeling like, I don't know if you've ever been in a massage chair, your head is in this thing. Just coming to terms with the fact that I was like, this guy could fucking kill me if he wanted to. This guy is absolutely in a position to kill me, and there's nothing I could do.
It's so funny how you're that paranoid that you can't not be vulnerable for a minute.
I don't think he's going to do it, but I acknowledge the fact that like I'm in a compromised position and I could be murdered right now. Do you never think about that? I think about that all the time.
The other day when I got caught on that train.
When you got trapped on the train.
Yeah, when I got trapped on that.
You got caught cheating on your girlfriend
yeah,
on the train.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no, I'm so vulnerable right now.
Yeah. She's like, nice roast beef pussy.
Yeah.
They're like
God
rubbing
damn
your
it.
face in
That
it.
was not her pussy.
Yeah.
I like to put the record. Yeah. In fact, here's a picture of it.
Yeah. Exactly. Meanwhile, it's like roast turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like egg salad.
Right.
So I felt very vulnerable the other day because I was on a train.
Yeah.
Long story short, I got trapped for 2 hours on the L train.
Yeah.
But like I said, real quick, the brakes went off, and then they had to send a train behind it.
Right.
So we had to all
transfer trains
through the back door, still on the track. But it was basically like everyone getting one car on the train.
Yeah.
You know, and then we were all huddled into one car on the train.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is somebody hijacks the train.
Right.
Gets everybody into one car.
Yeah.
And robs and kills us. Or
Right.
this is the beginning of either a robbery or a shooting spree.
Oh, you're thinking about like the Joker or Batman Begins, where it's like guys in mass and they're like, we're gonna hijack a chain and then we're gonna get they're kidnapping. You guys are hostages.
No.
You think you're gonna be hostages?
No. I think a psycho is about to fucking just mow us down.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, just like get us robbed.
Yeah.
And like a psycho
Oh,
that.
you think guys are like a crew of bandits stop the MTA train and then
this
they're
is
going
the beginning
in.
of a shoot. This is the beginning of a horrible, horrible terrorist shooting attack thing.
I think that would be the worst place to commit a robbery, just because you're trapped underground, and with radio communications, immediately they just fucking they'll get you from both sides, right? They'll get every exit. They'll have cops and trains blocking any transportation. Like, you're fucked.
You're not thinking that though. You know. Yeah. Also, you're kind of fucked if you murder somebody in a massage chair.
No.
Oh, really?
For sure not.
It's good to know.
The cops are gonna go in and be like, I can't tell them apart.
You want a massage?
You know, they're just gonna be fucking like, I have no idea if these are. I would say you're much more vulnerable in a place where it's like completely. I don't know if there's any way to fucking make this argument without being racist. I feel like if you die in a massage parlor, they could just fucking toss the body somewhere, and there's no proof you came in, other than like your phone signal.
I guess. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're on the train, all right, cool.
You don't think that a masseur
I
or
agree.
whatever has ever accidentally just like snapped someone's neck and then they just got rid of it?
Wow, that's just like,
That definitely
here we
happens.
go.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
The first thing you did is go goosh, goosh, goosh on 3 parts of my back, and they all cracked. And I was like, fuck, I've never heard my back crack like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. I've never had a massage like that before.
Well, if I pay for it, will you do it?
For the Patreon.
Yeah. How about this? Hey, guys, give us $10,000 a month and Dan will get a fucking massage.
Yeah, I'll get a full on.
Hey,
massage.
$20,000 a month and Dan will shower.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we good? Are we done?
Are you done? Is that story done? What, you thought you were going to die?
Do you want me to finish the story real quick?
Go for it. Yeah.
So I'm trapped on the train. We're 30 feet at the back of the train.
Yeah.
I can see the Bedford Avenue stop.
Right.
I'm like, we can see it, and then people in the car are just like, can we just get out and walk and be free? And of course you can't do that. It's like
'cause you're on
crazy
the
safety
tracks.
protocol.
It's probably like a liability thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a huge liability thing just to have people be like, okay, you can walk on the subway tracks.
Right,
You know, an
then-
entire car.
Yeah.
So like, no, of course not. You can't do that. You know.
Yeah.
So they send the rescue train. You know, we get on the rescue train, and they're like, everyone's there. They confirm everything, that there's no one else on the broken car. They're like, okay, we're ready to go. And these fucking MTA idiots, they go in the wrong directions and they drive right into the broken train.
Right.
And you can hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of metal crunching and stuff like that. You know, you're just like, and you're like, they just went in the wrong direction.
Right.
Like, we're supposed to go that way. We went that way, and we went right into that broken train.
Right.
And then they keep on. Then an announcement goes on. It's like, Yeah, we're gonna be another 5 minutes.
Right,
and meanwhile, an hour later, you know?
Right.
Anyway, that's why I missed the party. That's why I only had 2 beers at the party. Actually,
Oh, really?
It was like over by the time I was
you showed
there.
up with 30 minutes left of the open bar, and they're
Yeah.
like, it's $50. You're
Yeah.
like, I'll have 80 beers.
Yeah. I was
You
like,
should
"Can I
just
have
ask
80
for a
beers?"
bottle
Right.
of whiskey
Right.
to take home.
I don't like getting wasted anymore.
Yeah. Why is that, do you think?
It's not worth. I have a huge headache in the morning,
Yeah.
and I hate myself the next day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, when I drink,
Yeah.
I'm totally full of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like fake humble, slightly full of shit.
Fake humble?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
I'm
you're
like,
friendly?
you know, yeah, I'm like friendly, and like if someone compliments me, I'll be like, you know,
Yeah.
you know. When in reality, I probably worked very hard to get that thing to, you know, to be successful. You know what I mean?
What, like your show?
Yeah, or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, you just do it. It's so easy, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, I sweat over that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like I have to pretend like
Yeah.
it just comes from me. It doesn't,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just very full of shit when
right,
I'm drinking.
right, yeah.
But like subtly,
Yeah.
then the point is to be like, Danny's so talented and humble.
So
by the
you're
time
humble
they walk
bragging.
away.
You're humble bragging.
Yeah, in a way, in a very slight way.
You're downplaying everything.
Yeah.
Like, well, you know, you just gotta do
Yeah.
the work and then whatever. Meanwhile, you fucking come to me and you're like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
find a way to not work as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I'm just full of shit like that when I'm drinking, and then I wake up the next day, I'm like fucking you, man.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? It's the same thing for me. That's why I like don't like doing cocaine or booze even, because I'll do it and I'll get this euphoria, and then I'll just be like, fuck, man, I'm gonna do so much awesome shit with my life.
mm-hmm.
And then meanwhile, it's like, no, what you're doing is sitting around getting fucked up instead of doing the awesome shit.
Yep.
And now you've not only wasted tonight, you've also wasted tomorrow.
I think that's yeah.
So you could just, if you were actually going to be doing awesome shit, you'd be fucking doing it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up or go home. Just
Yeah.
admit that you're fucking drunk and that you're not doing anything with your life.
Exactly, and
you know?
like the best thing is that when you're actually not drinking or getting fucked up, especially like
Yeah.
during the day or like rarely you do
Yeah.
it, you know, and even when you do it, it's not to the point where you're like, oh, I'm fucked up, you know.
I mean, I don't do it
Then it's
anymore.
like, yeah, but then it's like, there's no, it's impossible to pretend to be someone else,
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like you're there all the time, and either you change what that is,
Yeah. No,
or you accept that
there-
that's what you are.
there's no escape from the fact that you're not doing what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to fucking live with it.
Yeah.
And so you either live with it. One thing I do is watch movies, but even while I'm watching a movie, I'm aware of like, this is avoidant behavior to avoid making music or whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah,
today.
exactly. But you're
Right.
not. But you don't have. You don't have a
You don't-
grandiose sense
right.
of yourself when you're watching a movie.
Exactly. You don't have this like self-congratulatory
Yeah.
like oh, I'm so great,
Yeah.
like I'm so brilliant and everyone's going to fucking see. That's
Yeah.
fucking gone. You're just
Yeah.
like this movie is great and I should do something with my life.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got episode fucking I don't know.
We don't know because
we don't know.
yeah,
We don't
yeah,
know the
yeah,
numbers.
Yeah.
At Santiago is dead on Instagram.
At Daniel Lewis Veza on Instagram.
Yeah, like, subscribe, follow, tell your fucking friends. Find us on Patreon. I don't know if we have one, but look us up. We might. And we have a show called Take It Outside. You should come to that. But you know, hopefully, fucking this podcast will supersede that at some point.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. All right. Hey, stay safe. If you drink and drive, don't get caught. Have a good night.
That's good advice.
It's good advice.
That is
Yeah.
good advice.
Yeah.
Also, if you murder someone, don't get caught.
Yeah. If you do
Yeah.
any kind of crimes that you know are benign, don't get caught.
Yeah. Try not to get caught.
Yeah.
And if you catch somebody, don't be a rat.
Yeah. Don't be a fucking rat. Keep
Let
your
'em do it.
fucking mouth shut.
Yeah. Who
Come
cares who
on.
murdered your mom?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are
Just
you
having a good time.
You got two anyways. You fucking pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.